Hi, it's James here from the Sprinkled Donut Forge in Moscow, Texas. And if you saw my last video on making the little Christmas ornament, I made a little bell. And I put a shout out for suggestions for what I should make out of the other 2 rings in our little 3-ring circus of Christmas ornament making. And I got some wonderful suggestions. And I'm going to use 2 of those suggestions, but I'm going to use one of them today. A snowman. Yes, I live in East Texas, so a snowman is not something that I get to make very often. So, do you want to build a snowman? Let's get it hot. Get started. See you in a minute. Same as before, I'm going to knock these corners down. Do the other side. Alright, now I'm going to texture it with a small ball peen. Now that I have chamfered all the corners inside and out. Get it hot, see you in a minute. Now for the texture. Little texture there. Now for the other side. See you in a minute. Kind of thin in one area because of the way I cut it with an angle grinder. Now the snowman shape seems relatively simple, but the first thing you have to do in this situation, in this closed ring is think about what's the basic shape. And something like a pear or an avocado even would be how you would start. And then you have to crease in for the 3 balls of snow that the snowman is typically made out of. I guess he's going to be armless and buttonless and faceless on this deal, but we can get the basic cookie cutter outline of the snowman. So let's warm this up and let's try to create our pear shape and go from there. See you in a minute. Alright. Well, here's our pear shape. I tried to make a small curvature here. That way I can use that for the head to save enough mass for the thorax and the bottom ball of the snowman. So we're going for 3 sections out of 1 ring. So I'm going to be sparing on this. He doesn't need a very big head. I mean, the snowman only has to think about being there and then melting. And then he'll be back again someday. We hope. Warm it up. See you in a minute. Alright. On with the head. A little bit lopsided, I'd say. That's interesting. Not sure what that looks like. Oh, my stomach's thinking chicken leg. Yay, it's a chicken leg. Okay, now he needs a middle. So let's try to get fair to middling and give him a middle. I think perhaps I'll grab him by the top of his head. His poor little hatless head. Yeah, Frosty stole his hat, so he's just gonna have to be hatless. I don't think he'll mind being cold, but we'll see. Now I shall make the middle of him, so he doesn't look so much like a chicken leg, because I'm getting kind of hungry looking at this. See you in a minute. Alright, here we go. Woo, that flipped about 10 times. Well, I might be exaggerating, but it flipped a few. This is an awkward object to hold on to forge, but that's what makes it so fun. If it wasn't so challenging, you wouldn't be near as proud of yourself for pulling it off, now would you? It looks like a bottle of Coke. It does. Hold on, let me show you this. Yeah, I'm tickling myself here. Hold on. It literally looks like a bottle of Coca-Cola or a soft drink. We got to do something about making his middle smaller and his bottom bigger. Maybe the fried chicken would have worked for him. Let's get him back in, get him hot, and we'll play with this a little bit and see if we can't get a snowman. And now I'm wanting a Coca-Cola. See you in a minute. All right, our piece of chicken. Well, our pear turned into a piece of chicken, and now our piece of chicken has turned into a bottle of Coke. And now we're going to see if we can turn our bottle of Coke into a snowman with a little tong magic. I've got a set of tongs here. I made out of some old wire tin snips. You know what them are, tin snips. And I got a set of scrolling tongs that were originally Ken's Custom Iron Blanks that were sent to me from Big Jim's Forge. Coincidentally, Big Jim is the one that suggested the snowman. So thanks, Jim. We're making your ornament right now. So let's get it out of there and see if we can't do something with these tongs. So I'm going to put it around the bottom of the horn like that and try to squeeze this in while it's still pliable. Okay, bottom ball is looking all right. Oh, he's hungry. Look at him. Gotta do something about that middle. So what I'm thinking is I will expand that middle using a punch. Let's flatten the equation out here. And I have a punch in mind for this. One that I use for, well, it's not so much a punch as a round drift. It doesn't punch any slugs out. It's just made for making round holes larger. That used to be a 7/8 inch Allen wrench. And I had to anneal it back good to where it wouldn't chip in my eye because the steel is very hard. And that's something to take into consideration when making your tools. So let's heat up the middle. And we're going to try to drive this in there. And I'll attempt to work it around this to give myself something to hold it from shutting again. So let's try that. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, let's put it over yon hardy hole, and we'll see if we can expand the middle. Now I'm going to take those little Ken scrolling tongs. Hopefully I have enough heat to do this. I'm going to pinch this down. And I'm going to pinch this down. Ooh, getting firm. Let's see. Getting somewhere. And that might be the ticket. Hold on. A little bit not flat. A little bit crooked, and we got us a drunken snowman. Now, take it to the horn, touch that up just a little bit. Woo! Oh, him did not like that. getting there, I think. I'm going to heat it up and try to round everything out just a little bit. We'll see you in a minute. Alright, let's try this out. Nice and round, heat it up. We'll go again on the midsection. See you in a minute. Alright, let's lock this in here. A little more uniform, I think. Alright, a little better. I'm going to heat the head up, lock it up here, and then use the punch I showed you to try to round that up. See you in a minute. Alright, let's lock him in there by the neck. Well, I'm not grabbing a hold of it with my fingers. We'll see you in a minute. Little hot oil. Little cold oil on hot metal. I like to do this at a black heat. Enough to where it smokes but doesn't completely burn off. This is boiled linseed oil. It's what I use a lot, these instances. not completely flat. Completely flat. Adjustments are simple enough. Alright, we'll tie a wire to this and we'll call it a snowman. See you in a minute when this cools. Alright, there's the body of our snowman, but he really can't hold on to much, so I took some copper wire, bent it into some little U's, and I'm gonna put that on here and make him some little arms. I've taken a little time to dull the end, because this thing is supposed to bring joy when you look at it, not grievous stabbing puncture wounds. So, see if we can't get him to stick. One little arm. And we'll go again here. The other little arm. It's the beauty about copper wire in the shop. There's so many things you can do with it. Now that's all right. Now he's got little arms, and we'll make him to where you can hang him on the tree. Little snowman. See you in a minute. Well, here's our little snowman, and he's got arms, and you can hang him on a tree. He's not overly heavy. We made our little bell before. I should get that little bell and show you, in case you haven't seen it. There we go. Here's our little bell. Here's our little snowman made from the same ring of pipe. Well, I like ring of pipe anyway. And I've got so many wonderful suggestions in the comments of the last video. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to watch and putting your suggestions forth. This suggestion was from Big Jim's Forge. Thanks, Jim. You said, think you could pull this off? Well, I pulled it off. Kinda, sorta. It turned into a pear, a chicken leg, a bottle of Coca-Cola, and then finally, a snowman. We got one more, so be expecting another video, and I'll be looking through all the suggestions from both of these videos to decide what shall be the third ring. The one ring. That's all I got for this evening. Till next time, bye.